Hello! Welcome to a new part of my YouTube channel, Sean William Dawson. Now, some of you might have seen the out of the box stuff. Now I'm starting a whole new thing because those videos take a long time to produce. So I thought I'd do these shorter videos where you actually get to see the work made over a time-lapse time. Time-lapse time? Yeah, you get what I'm saying. So also, when people buy the work, they get the making of the piece and my thought process behind it. So welcome, thank you. I'd also like to just say that I'd like to give a huge thanks to Brutal Youth, one of the best Canadian punk bands now, and in my opinion of all time, for doing the intro song. This will be an ongoing channel that you can always come back and check out the videos that I make. There's gonna be shorter videos. I'm hoping like 5-6 minutes. I don't know, we'll see. But also I'm gonna expand on it later on. But let's get into this video. So this video is all about a piece that I made where it's a silkscreen piece and it's for my latest show in a place called the Spare Room Gallery, which is in Barrie, Ontario. And it's of my abstract pop culture stuff. And the one we're watching is an image that I used of Jack Nicholson. Now you're gonna see a lot of just layers upon layers upon layers of me putting artwork down on wallpaper. Now the thing is too, with silk screening, this is a great example of silk screening because you can see that it's it's meant to make copies of art. So it's not just me hand drawing stuff. It's not me just putting stuff through a printer and printing it off. No, what it is actually me doing a drawing, then burning it into a silk screen, and then actually running ink over it by hand. And what I like to do, instead of just making copies, is actually use that thing like a paintbrush, right? Like artists, like painters would use a paintbrush to make brush strokes. I do the same thing, but with silkscreen, right? And I want to layer upon layer. And I love to play actually with this sort of idea of color theory and the way colors can be interpreted and played with. And I like to do variation colors. I actually use a lot of paint chip samples that I get from places like Home Depot and Home Hardware and whatnot, Canadian Tire, just to see how the color variations can go. Now with this piece, this whole series, I've been playing with the ideas of villains from TV shows and movies or tragedies that people share on Facebook, but I silk screen them so many times that they become color-filled abstracts. And this one I used, it's an image of Jack Nicholson from The Shining. And to me, it's a play on heaven and hell. Like triangles, circles, they're very archetypal shapes. And to me, it's like pointing up and pointing down. And so I like the idea of one way, you know, that's sort of pointing to both ways. Like we see it in elevators, we see it all over the place, right? See it on stop signs. And it's me playing with that idea because that up and down image has been around since the dawn of humans. Also, this was the piece that I named my show after. And this latest exhibit is called Kaleidoscope, and then in brackets, Sound and Vision. The Sound and Vision is actually a David Bowie collection. David Bowie's probably my biggest, most influential artist of all time. And it was actually, he did that series, or that CD release, or a record release, all because it was the first CDs that were put out that could actually be listened to and seen on a computer. And I like the fact that people can see my work at the show, or they can actually go on YouTube and see the making of the piece. So with that, I bid you a farewell for this episode, and I can hardly wait for you guys to tune into the next one. Later.